Welcome to Java Smart. My name is Jayapratap Singh, and in this tutorial I'm going to explain what is auto wiring. So auto wiring means, like, if you have one dependency, if you have two classes, class A and class B, and if you want to inject class B inside class A, then you have to write the property or constructor argument for those for class B inside your .xml file, bean.xml file. So instead of doing that manually, if you want to do that automatically, then you have to use auto wiring. So there are three types of auto wiring currently available in Spring: by type, by name, and constructor. And there were one more type of auto wiring that was default, but now in the latest version of Spring, that option has been deprecated. So let's get started. I'll explain that via demo. I'll create one class. I will name it as capital A, and I will inject that class inside demo class. So I'll write private capital A. I will name it as small a, and I will write a setter for this. I don't need getter, I just need setter. So I'll generate setter. I'll remove getter from this. Okay, now I have to create the bean. So bean, I'll create the bean for first. I'll create the bean for class A, and I'll name this bean as small a, and I'll create one more bean for my demo class. ID I'll give D, and class is demo. So now I have two beans. I'm doing dependency injection. I'm injecting class A dependency inside demo class, but here I'm not writing any constructor based or setter based injection. Since I'm using setter, so I should write setter based injection. Setter based injection I have to do using property tag, but I'm not using that. I'm not writing any property tag inside my demo bean, because I'm going to use auto wiring. So I have to mention auto wire here for demo bean. So auto wire, so I'll do auto wire by name. So I'll write by name, and that's it. So now what it will do, since I have mentioned auto wire by name, so what it will do, it will check if inside this demo class, demo bean, if there is any dependency. Oh yeah, there is one dependency of class A. And what is the name of that dependency? The name of the dependency is small a. Okay, so it will try to check, Spring will try to check whether we have created any bean for this dependency using the ID or name as A. So I'll check in my XML file. So yeah, I have created the bean for class A, and I have given the name as, or ID as, small a. So using by name, it will automatically, Spring will automatically inject this bean inside this bean, a bean into demo bean, it will be injected. So let's try to run this and let's check what happens. Let me save this one. Okay, so we will try to run this. Okay, so I have to write one more thing. I have to write debug statement here just to check whether it is injecting anything or not. So I'll write just a statement, debug statement from setter. Okay, so now again I will try to run this. So yeah, it's working. I have injected dependency A inside a class demo using id using name. Okay, so if I mention, instead of mentioning by name, if I mention by type, see what happens. If I try to run this now, it will run and it will print is from setter. Why? Because I have mentioned here by type, and the type of the dependency is capital A, and here I have created the bean for capital A dependency, so it will automatically inject that. But what will happen if I try to inject by type, but if I create more than one bean of same type, like I give b name, but the class I'll keep as capital A. So in this case, what will happen? In this case, Spring will confuse it. It will not able to decide whether to inject this bean or whether to inject this bean. So it will confuse and it will show some exception. So it will show no such bean definition exception. See what happens. Just a minute. So I have to change the name as well here. Okay, so right now I'm doing, okay, I can give any other name. So I'm doing a dependency injection by type. So like I have a dependency of type A, capital A, and here we have created two beans of same type, that is capital A. I have created two beans. I have given the name T and B, that is not similar to the name of the dependency which I have injected here. So this time if I try to create the bean, it will show the error because there are two dependencies which can be injected. So how Spring can decide which one to use? So it will show no such bean definition exception, or unsatisfied dependency injection kind of exception it will show. Yeah, see, unsatisfied dependency injection, and here it is showing no such bean definition exception. So you have to remove one dependency, and this time if you try to run, it will inject happily. Yeah, so now it's working. So you have used by type and by name. Now let's try to inject by constructor. Means constructor, we don't write like by constructor, we just write constructor. So for that I have to create one constructor. I'll create one constructor. So constructor demo, and inside that I will just write system dot out dot println, and I'll write just a statement from constructor. So here I will have to mention constructor. And now I'll try to run this. So see, now it is using a constructor injection instead of, it is not using by type or by name. It is not using any setter. It is using